Hurricane Harvey is bearing down on Texas. I want to cover a few things, maybe more, I don't know, but right now I believe it's made landfall as Category 4. I want to acknowledge a few things that people might not be thinking about. I want to cover some things. Just rambling. Look, Hurricane Katrina hit. That was a test for George Bush. He failed. It was miserable. It was pandemonium. And we learned that poor people, just aren't cared for. I mean, FEMA was already being attacked by politicians. You had other rescue services being attacked by politicians. They've been trying to dismantle FEMA. They've been trying their hardest. So, okay, it proved disastrous. It was monumentally disastrous. And now, after all this time, we have Trump, and he's doing what? He's being tested. Now we have Harvey. When Harvey hit, it's going to be catastrophic. And people wonder, why did it intensify? Why did Hurricane Harvey intensify so fast? Okay, yes, I'm going to say global warming. Yes, but there's more than that. Okay, yeah, the global warming means the temperature of the whole planet slowly, incrementally goes up, which when it gets to us means it's a lot. So if the planet goes up a degree, we're going to feel it maybe 5 to 10 degrees more. But it's not just that. You have to think about, I don't know, President Obama. He was tested. He is a setup for this. What happened under Obama that happened in Texas? BP spilled that oil. Every pipeline that every company wants to put up has burst. When Shell put theirs up in Africa some decades ago, it burst and ruined crops, ruined the land for generations to still come. That's why Shell sucks and has been sued multiple times. BP, they're doing it. Their pipeline burst, didn't want to report it. Then they didn't want to do anything about it. Then they wanted the United States to pay for their screw up, and Obama had to negotiate. That's negotiate, because if he didn't do a good job negotiating, they might take their business elsewhere, and you don't want to lose the oil money. Ooh, got too close to the mic there. So after that, what happened? They still drug their asses in the sand on trying to block off that flow of oil. That oil stayed in the water. Remember the excuse? It's okay. The ocean is large and this spill is small. That was a politician's excuse. See, I'm not going to say Republican or Democrat, because they are all in it together. They are politicians, not governing. They're just politicians. And what happens is these people allow these shenanigans to happen. So that oil in the water, it sits. It's there. People are eating it in their seafood. Some people can't even do commercial fishing that much anymore because there's so much in there. And when that oil heats up due to daytime heating, ocean water temperatures, and all of that, it stays heated. It takes a while for it to cool off, especially when there's nothing but more warmth being pumped into it. And right now, when you get a layer of humidity over that, it just is convection of warmth, and it won't go away. So when the hurricane came over as a Category 1, it inflated to a 3. And the closer it got to land, which is pretty much where that oil spill was happening, and many others in the past, back in the 80s, is going to help it intensify. It is basically fire water. Not like the native kind, not whiskey and stuff. No, just hot ass water. The hurricane intensifies. Hurricanes are meant to cool off the earth. That's the point of them. That's the point of any storm. It's hot. The storm sucks up that heat because the heat builds the storm. The storm blasts that heat out in the upper atmosphere. It disperses it. That's why storms usually don't last. Well, they used to not last long. Now they last for a while. And now they're intensifying faster. So that's what's happening there. Now, when we get to the rescue situation, FEMA, well, hey, the conservatives, they wanted it and they weren't challenged. They defunded FEMA. They're 9,000 members short. So that means when the aid is needed, it is not going to be much. This means you have voted to screw yourselves. What, you got money? What, you're better than other people? What, you're better than the blacks, the Mexicans? You're better than the poor trash out there? All the people living in boxes, the people living in tents, all these makeshift shelters and stuff. You're better than them. This hurricane is going to let you know your ass is human. You are equal. It don't matter your status in life. You are subjected to death, pain, and misery just like anybody else. And it should humble everyone out there that wants to put themselves in a class above others. But it's not, because people don't want to learn. And if they do learn, it's hard for them to stay learning. They go back to their old ways, knowing that they're messing up. And this is what has happened. Bush should have been a great lesson for Obama, and Obama should have been a great lesson for Trump. But it don't work that way. You got money, you got power, you're safe from everything until it happens. Therefore, that's why right now President Donald Trump says, "Good luck, everybody," because that's how it goes. He doesn't care. He's fine. I mean, he just got back from Mar-a-Lago and golfing. There's a hurricane coming. So he's going to go to Camp David. He's going to chill. He's going to be all right. Everyone else is going to suffer. This is a social and it's a political thing. You want to defund FEMA. You did it. Yay. Not much help. You want to defund the Environmental Protection Agency. Okay. Hey, he's doing it. He did it. The guy that hates it, he puts him in charge of it. You get what you want. All those that voted for Trump, all the people, I don't care what your political association is, if you voted or you desire to dismantle things that they call the ways that you don't think about, like this. Okay, we fund our military, but we take away from, the EPA. So now you don't have that protection. You don't have it. So what are you going to do? You're going to blame everybody else. If you are religious and you believe in God and everything that he does is ordained, is his mysterious will, listen to me. Just hear this out. How many times does God have to mess you up before you start listening to him? That is what you have to ask yourself. In a small tangent outside of this hurricane, there's a thing, Lorenzo Meacham, go check out his YouTube channel. He got a video up that explains this Confederate monument stuff in a way that kind of blew my mind and has got me thinking. I'll touch on that in another video. But people need to wake up. It's just like in his video. He's a religious man. He believes in God. He's all that stuff. But he talked about the leaders that were sent. He talked about Martin Luther King. He talked about Malcolm X, or I thought about Malcolm X. And you've got, think about it. King, X, Bernie Sanders, every one of these leaders that said, and the Black Panthers in general, they try to pull us away from the hatred, and we do everything we can to destroy them so we can continue the cycle of hatred and then blame everyone but us. So this hurricane, Hurricane Harvey is pretty much our third wake up call. Actually, it should be our fourth, considering the fact that it's so damn hot outside. So I don't know what it's going to take, but you got to be better. You got to vote better. Think better. Think openly. Be empathetic, not simply pathetic. That's all I got to say about this. Cedric Kennedy, Comparative Reasoning. Those out there in the hurricane, you asked for this, but at the same time, I hope that you find good shelter. I hope that things aren't too bad for you. I hope that you make it through this so that you can maybe learn. Thank you for listening.